What's going on, guys? Happy Thursday. Hope everyone is having a good day so far. Great night last night in DFS NBA. Put up a 340 with the lineup that I posted. I posted halfway through the night with how things were going. I didn't get a chance to post the final, but everything was going great halfway through going into the Golden State and Utah games for the 10:30 slots, and just absolutely crushed with Draymond and Clay and those Warrior pieces. So hopefully keep it going tonight. Got a few picks for this 5-game slate tonight. Before we get started, go ahead, definitely subscribe to the channel. Throw the bell on there so you get alerts when I drop new videos. The thumbs up button is always appreciated. It helps me spread the good word of DFS. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the DFS Picks. All right, so let's get into it. Like I said, 5-game slate. Not really anything exciting outside of the OKC Lakers game at 9:30. This one was a good game for the OKC pieces back the last time they played a few weeks ago in LA. It was close. The line is at 10, and I think it's growing. I haven't checked this morning. I checked last night after the games last night, and it was 10. My worry is that it goes into blowout mode a little earlier because it's in OKC, but the Thunder have been a very underwhelming team. On the road, they lost to the Wizards. They lost to the Hawks the other night. They're just kind of an underwhelming team, underachieving team with all the talent that they have around them right now. But those 2 losses were on the road. They do play a lot better at home. So I'm kind of pondering this one. It'll be a fast-paced game, so a game stack, if it stays close, is going to be a lock. If you expect it to stay close, a game stack would be most likely a high-scoring lineup for tonight. So, but outside of that, I'm going to kind of ponder that through the day. But kind of individual pieces, we'll go to first at center. Willie Cauley-Stein, cheap today, 6,500, coming down from 7,000 he was just at. He's put up some good games in the 40-point range, and he's going up against a Charlotte team that is not very good at center defensively. They have Hernan Gomez and Biyombo. Zeller's still out. Not that Zeller was any kind of defensive guru, but Biyombo and Hernan Gomez aren't going to be able to stop Cauley-Stein, especially if they're able to run up and down the court where Cauley-Stein really shines and puts up a lot of points. So I'm looking at him at 6,500, looking at really a 40-point game. I do like some of the Charlotte pieces in the game right here. It really pains me to say that. Just Charlotte pieces don't really appeal to me in general. They're just not very good. But in this matchup, they're paced up. They're at home. The game should be close. So, and I'll go into the Charlotte pieces in just a little bit. But I did say that again the other night when, personally, I hate Andrew Wiggins, but I did say that about Wiggins the other night, and he ended up going off. So, even it's just kind of a lesson just in general. Even if you don't like a player or a team or any kind of group of players, in the right spot, anyone can crush. So, moving on from Willie Cauley-Stein, we'll go up to point guard and down Kyle Lowry. So he has not been playing well since the injury, since he came back. Hasn't really been putting up a bunch of points like he was before earlier in the season. But this move is kind of predicated on Kawhi Leonard sitting. They played last night. He has been sitting on one part of the back-to-backs. So I really like Lowry if Kawhi does sit. Not so much if he plays, because this could go into blowout mode. Phoenix is just not very good. But I like it as a closer game if Kawhi sits, and more usage for Lowry if Kawhi sits. So we'll put him in there at the point guard spot. Next up, and this guy, KCP. Pull him up. Can't type. Caldwell Pope at 4,700. So I really wanted to play him the other night when I found out he was starting. I just couldn't fit him in my lineup. The news didn't break until after tip of the 7 o'clock game, and I couldn't fit him in my lineup that night. But I really liked him, and I like him in the starting role, getting more minutes, much better than Josh Hart. And he's going into a situation where he's going to get the minutes. He's down to 4,700, and he put up a good game at that salary against Chicago. I expect him to do it again tonight, and even more, the upside is there if that game stays close. So put him in at 4,700, a good value. And then last pick for the core, where are we going here? Couple guys. I'll go into a couple guys actually before I go into that last pick. So 3 guys above 10K tonight: Westbrook, Jokic, and Embiid. Embiid is probably in the worst spot, but I do like him at Indiana. Jokic crushed me the other night in one of my lineups. I am a little gun shy, although big men do eat against Chicago, so I'm not 100% off him there. But out of the 3, Westbrook is in the best spot. He is priced up a little bit, but if that game stays close, I really like him and Paul George in that matchup. There's not that much value in the slate tonight. Only 5 games, so it'll be hard to fit 2 of those higher end guys in. Kawhi, like I said, probably going to sit. Oladipo and Fox in decent spots. I like them. But the other guy I'm going to look at is Steven Adams. So Adams playing pretty well at that price tag. He is priced up a little bit, but in the last month, no one's given up more DFS points to centers than the Lakers. OKC is at home, and I think even in a game script where OKC is up a bunch, Steven Adams still gets his minutes. He's still going to be in the high 30s in minutes, even if it's a blowout. Just like the last game, they won by 16. They lost by 16, and he was still in there at the end. So I like him to play his minutes and get a ton of boards. Chandler and McGee, they're really not a match for Steven Adams. So I like him in this matchup. So going with him. 6,000 left for a bunch. Your rest of your lineup, the rest of the 4. A lot of different ways you can go. There shouldn't be that much injury news tonight. Not a lot of guys on the questionable list outside of the Lowry news and a couple pieces from Indiana. But you can go a lot of different ways if you get one more stud at the top and then filter your lineup down. But that's all I got for you guys today. So go ahead, throw a comment in the section if there's anything that you want to see, add, change, anything else I can add into the content of the videos, sports or otherwise. Definitely throw me a follow on Facebook. I'm not Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at the DFS Picks, and I will throw out some updates later on today. Thanks, guys.